god, I look so bad. We went sleep very tired, very late. I'm so tired. And for the first time, I wanted to stream during my Blender creation process. I discovered Blender probably 3 years ago because I wanted to create with Sarah, my girlfriend, and also my, the girl who works with me. Sorry, my English is so basic, so you can help me a little with it. I create this thing with Blender that, as I said, I discovered about 3 years ago. I really fell in love with this software. I don't know why, but I think that it's a program that it's very easy to understand. Moonchild said, "The scenes looks amazing. You did an incredible job." Yeah, I think that you say so because you're my girlfriend, so don't be too too nice, I can't believe it. No, I'm joking. I did it actually just to try a few techniques that I learn, because I think that when you try to learn 3D stuff, you have to improve every day. You can learn something every day actually, and that's what I'm trying to do every day. I don't know how many YouTube tutorial I saw in the last 3 years. I actually learned everything. Hey, Elden Ring sure had many different vistas. Hi Superman, how are you? Do I look very bad, right? Oh my god, we went bed too late the last night, and I don't know why. I'm so tired, but I decided to come here and streaming with Blender. As I said thousands of times, my English is very basic, and if I'm tired, it gets even worse. That's a problem, but maybe I can do it anyway. So I wanted to say that I create this piece of art because I wanted to try different techniques that I learned. Okay, let me check, because I want to see the chat, and if I open Blender I can't actually, so let me see. Okay, put my phone right here. No, we didn't actually, because we didn't have so much time, but your advice could be a solution. I mean, that's the only solution that we found. So we have to try to change how you, as you said. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. I'm trying to put my phone in. Okay. No, we didn't. Anyway, every time that we connect too many, I always forget how to say dispositivi. Let's check it out, because there's no Sarah here. That's always helped me to speak better. Let's see. Let's learn. Devices. I know it, but I always forget it. So, I was saying, yeah, thank you, Monshine. I was saying that I create this piece because I wanted to learn, as I said, 3 times. I'm tired. I'm very slow today. To improve a few techniques that I learned. So it's not very cool. I mean, it's not bad. It's very simple. It's not the kind of piece that I want to create. So I started this streaming to change, to improve this piece, because it doesn't look as I'm thinking, because I want to improve that kind of feeling, the sci-fi feeling, because it's pretty simple. I really like this cubic I like the simple cubic shape of the building, and I also try to put every I put the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen, the living room all together. It was not easy. I had to put the shower to the right because there were not so many space, and I wanted to be able to to see everything inside the room. So I thought maybe this wall in the bathroom can be transparent. It's not really realistic. It's not a a solution that I would use in reality, but maybe I thought this glass can be transparent just when you need to be transparent, to get maybe more light, but when you need to get it's difficult to say the opposite of transparent. Untransparent, maybe, I don't know. You can do it. That's what I thought. Then the first in the beginning I wanted to create some kind of ladder to get to the second floor, but then I changed my mind because I thought it's not so sci-fi to have a ladder inside the house, so I wanted to make some kind of elevator that maybe could fit a little better in a sci-fi style. But it's pretty simple actually. It's a piece very low poly by now. One thing that I learned is that it's always better to start looking at the bigger picture. It's very important to don't go and creating too many details from the beginning, because you need to fix first the most important shapes, that's very important when you do an illustration, or I mean any kind of visual stuff, landscape, or even a character. If you need to create a character, I think that after I saw a lot of masters, a lot of people that's very good. I love a lot of artists, digital artists that I found on the web. They always try to stay focused in the beginning to the bigger picture, to the bigger shapes. I mean, for example, if I want, for example, sorry guys, I'm trying to, I would like to have the chat in the screen, but it's not easy. So I suppose you're on your PC that you connect your Ethernet cable on when it break your Wi-Fi. I like the aesthetic. Thank you, Superman. Moonshade, right? I think it looks awesome. I think that it's not bad. The most thing that I love about this piece, it's the atmosphere, the color. It's okay. How the different rooms. I mean how the room. It was not easy actually to put all this stuff in the scene, but without but trying to how to say, as I said, I wanted that we can see everything in the scene, but it's full of objects, so it's difficult to let the people see everything. So that's what I like. I like the structure, I like the bigger picture, but the stuff is pretty simple. I like the bathroom, but it's very simple. Just some squares, some simple shapes. That's it. There's nothing crazy in this scene, but it's okay. We can improve it. So I thought that a few days ago I saw a movie with Sarah that I really like. It's called Moon, I think. That inspired me a lot because I don't want to spoil it, obviously. But it's a movie that talk about a guy that's it's living in a ship, right? To say ship, spaceship on the moon. It has a very good, I don't know, look. It's very sci-fi in a way that I love. So I wanted to find a few picture, but I don't know if I can actually, because it seems that there's no so many stuff around Google. Maybe I would find a little more on YouTube. I think that I need 2 or 3 coffee to get a little, to fit my brain. That's pretty slow till now. So hope that you are not going to sleep during the streaming. That's my coffee, but it's not enough probably. I want to check if I find some good image, because I want to destroy this scene, to change it a lot. So let's see. Yeah, my mind is slow. It is. If you want help since you're on the PC right now, just say, yeah, as we said, I don't like to, fix troubles during the streaming. But thank you a lot for your help, Superman. I really appreciate your attitude and your help, as always. But I will. If I need your help, maybe I'll text you. Maybe you can help me, but not during the streaming, okay? So let's see if I can find something. Moon film. Let's see. Hey Bapt. Good morning. Can you see my eyes? We went bed too late tonight. That's the problem. Oh my god. I'm so tired that I couldn't stop playing the last night. It was so cool. Shit, my brain, I'm like in a big bubble flying like this. That's my mind. Flying. Yeah, thank you, but I was saying that I wanted to change it because I did it just to improve some good techniques that I learned, but I wanted to change a little because me and Sarah, we are creating really good style, good mood. It's different between these. It's a sci-fi, but also little vintage and also little maybe anime style, Ghibli style, Studio Ghibli, I mean. So this piece actually, it's a little more classic. It has the furniture, I think that's the right word. Furniture are a little too simple, not very good looking, not very, there's nothing so interesting. It's very basic, very, and I wanted to change a little bit. Even the walls are very classic, greenish. I would like to find something different, a different style. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But I saw a movie. Maybe I should have took, I don't know. Anyway, you probably got it. Anyway, a few picture, a few screenshots, because it's difficult to find it on web. Let me see, because I saw a really good some really good how can I say, images. I don't know. Do you know, guys, Moon, the movie from 2009, I think. It has such a great, mood. I really love it. It's similar also to Space Odyssey, actually. Yeah, yeah, it's a little bit sci-fi, but 50s user dinner. Okay. Fallout vibes. Who is in it? That's a good question. That's a good question, because if I want to improve the the story, that's a very good question, Superman, because every time we need to improve the look of the scene, you have to think what is going on in this place. That's why I learn, and that's what I learned from great people that do this kind of stuff. What's going on in this place. But I didn't because I was just trying a few techniques. But maybe that's the right question to ask. What's going on? Who is living here? Because if I think what kind of person is living here, I can maybe find what I'm looking for. So guys, what do you think? What kind of person would you imagine in this place? First, I want to see that we are creating a story that talks about people that probably in a future are living in a place that everybody in the future, probably in the future that we are imaginating, I don't know what to say, figurating out, who knows. In this world, everybody is trying to avoid problems. Everybody is trying to avoid pain. So people, is trying to live inside the house and is not so used to go outside. They really prefer to stay inside, maybe in the bedroom, on Twitch, like us maybe. And there are a lot of stuff actually, but I don't want to spoil everything in the beginning. But there are a lot of people that live in those cubic houses, and maybe I can show you something more that maybe you can use to to take inspired from. So a person that values family, otherwise you might not have a table for hour. You're right. Maybe he bought that house, but it's pretty empty, the table, so maybe nobody ever used it. It could be. What do you think? I think it would be cool if the person that lives there was someone from the future, but very nostalgic about the past. So the house has futuristic vibe, but it's full of posters and objects that are retro. But said, a nice mashup of future and past. I think it's good to remember the good vibes from the past. I like it a lot. And never let them disappear. Entirely. Catch might also suggest let me see if I can show you more. I love your advice. Your let me check. Let me see in the translator so that I can find a better word. Consigli. Advice. Yeah, it's right. I love your advice. So I wanted to show you something that we made with Sarah that maybe can help you to understand a little more about what we are doing. Let's see. I have a lot of stuff actually, so it's not so easy to find something to show you. Let's see. And so full of stuff in this computer. Otherwise, a single chair. I just ate instant noodles. Didn't had any in 4 years. In 4 years. Feels good. So, let me see. What the fuck am I doing? I'm so slow today. Fuck. Yeah, maybe it's better if I show you an image, because otherwise I'm so full of project that's so difficult to find. What am I looking for? One. Did you write me, Bapt? Because I'm so ignorance that I don't know if you did it. If you did, thank you so much. So let me see. Okay, I can show you a picture. I put it here. Right here. Okay. Oh my gosh. Where am I? I got lost. Okay. Okay. That's it. We did this a few months ago, and that's actually our real style, you know? I mean, It looks pretty old and dirty because in this city actually there are an old place. Old, I mean, the city is big and it has different parts. One it's older, and the other it's a little more sci-fi. And in this image we are in the middle actually, so you can see old buildings, but they are trying to take the technologies that there are in the other side. Sarah had a great idea. She thought that in a future that's trying to help people don't have any pain, any issues. Probably to do this, we need they need some kind of network that take every parameter over your body, over your mind, to help you. If you maybe are a little stressed, your house is helping you to to get less stress. If you need more, vitamins, your house is helping you to cook something that can help you. So people in this place is not used to suffer anymore. So what's going to happen in a world like this? That's the main picture. And in this world there is this stuff that's called LODs. LODs, it's a system that allows they, sorry guys, to stay in a really sure zone, how to say, no, let me check, zona di sicurezza, comfort zone, a comfort zone, safety zone. So we will take care of Patrick. Thank you, Balt. Thank you a lot. Thank you for the ride. Also, instant noodles are so good. You have to be good making them. That's the trick. The simplest thing. If you can do it, it's good. If I do it, it's bad, because every time that I try to make them, they taste like shit. When Sarah makes noodles, they taste great. So awesome art. Thank you, but and I suppose that is you. Yeah, that guy is me. Yeah, but I should cut my beard, also birra, barba. I don't know how to say barba. Let's see. Beard. It's right to say beard, not bird. Beard. So that's me. It's not a ghetto. It's similar. It's similar to a ghetto, but it's just the old city that couldn't follow the the technology that is going very, very fast. That's what happened in the left image. I want to show you another piece that we did to understand also the new, the because as I said, in this city, in this world, there are two mainly places. You know, the sci-fi one, more technology, more laws that help people to, to be in a comfort zone, in a safety zone. Then there is the others that trying to, they are, they're happy, there's nothing wrong. They are little, maybe, I don't want to say poor, but they love the way to live, a little simple, in a simple way. So they are happy. They are not so full of laws, so full of help from machines, but they are happy anyway. So I want to show you even the other side. So that's probably the middle of this world. So it's the part that's not so old, but it's not sci-fi. It's not so sci-fi, but they are trying to get some important feature from the new technology. Okay, but I want to show something, something different that's happening in this place. Let me see. I want to show you another piece that I did, and that's pretty interesting because I forgot to render the table. So I want to show you that one without the table. Yeah, because faults sometimes are good. Anyway, I should. Let me check. Oh my god, what's going on today? Yeah. Shading. The background is missing, so I wanna find another one, maybe older, but it has the table that I forgot to render in the second one. This is, from the place in the middle, like this one, so there is a lot of old stuff in this place. It's difficult to tell that's something in the future, probably, because this guy loves, the way to live in I mean, the past, he loves the old style. There's nothing wrong to be old, to be, to have older computer screen. That's his way to live, it's pretty dirty. It's, messy. That's the word that I was looking for. Retro guy. Yeah, Superman, thank you. That's a retro guy that just love, to sit in a old chair. He loves to drink old beers. It's pretty, But there's something strange here. If you look better to the right, I don't know if you can maybe This way you can see. There's something strange here. As I said, in this world there are two ways to live. One older and one, more sci-fi. But they're mixed together. They're not something that actually, people is trying to get some technology from the other one. So that guy is looking for, all the good stuff that it can take from the, the great technology. Even if he prefer to live in a, maybe doesn't have so much money, he just took those furniture from his father. Maybe that house, it's probably older, but, he's trying to take the good from the future too. That's it. Another more political view would be poor lower working class. I'm not sure that I get perfectly what you are saying. It could be. The only thing important that we don't want to, the kind of feeling that every sci-fi movie gives you, like, that always something wrong. Politicians are bad. They just wanted to, slaves. They wanted just to, to exploit people. We don't want to create that kind of mood, but, it's normal. In a big city, in a big world, there's always people that, is a little richer, that's prefer to live in a modern house, and that's people that just, it's okay living in a normal house. That's it. Let me see if I can find another illustration that we did together. Now I show you how this different way to live, the future and the past way, they mix together. It's not a simple relationship, the past and the future. There's always something painful. There's always something that doesn't go so well when, there's something old and something, different. I think that for us there's always some issue with for example, when I speak with my father, it has a really different attitude, a really different thinkings, because he lived in a completely different time. Even if he's still alive, fortunately, he grew up, it's right to say, in a totally different way. When he was born, the city where I lived was not there. There were anything when my father born. There were just fields, and there were no any buildings around. So I'm saying that to let you understand that I think that there are always troubles when different people that lives in different times try to to speak and to it's difficult to explain for me, but I hope that you can get. We wanted to give that kind of feeling. There are the old, the past, and the future, and they are trying to stay together, but it's not so easy. They don't fit so well. It's not so easy, this relationship. That was what we wanted to to explain with the illustration that I'm going to show you, if I can. Hope so. So let's see. I have so many projects. I should have let them set them a little first, maybe, before I stream. Let me see. Okay, maybe I found it, fortunately. Okay. Let's see. That's the old one. I found the older version. So I love the details in this artwork. Thank you, Bob. Corruption. Ethically, it is interesting. Like what happy mind should be the measurement. Oh my god. It's difficult for me. Of said state of mind. Yes. Farmland. When your grandparents lived in their youth, Italy was in the last part of the Second World War. Lived. Yeah. That's true. And they, grow up in a totally different, mindset. It's so hard to understand. I'm 33, and it has 67. It's 67. And sometimes it's too difficult to understand each other. I try, but it's very difficult for him. When I speak him about, Twitch, about all the great stuff that we use every day, it's so difficult for him to understand what maybe he think that we just lose our time. That's. I'm always trying to understand that. I always try to explain him that the world is changing, and if you try to be a little open, mind open, you can get a lot of great stuff from the future, Can I find it? Oh my god. I would like to show you my computer. It's so full of stuff, guys. You can imagine. Let's see. Let's see, maybe I found it. I would love to find it and to show you. I just find old version of the project. I don't know why. No. It's impossible. It disappeared. No more project in my computer. Or maybe here. No. Maybe here. Oh, maybe I found it. Let me see. Yeah, maybe I found it, guys. Finally. Okay. I found it, guys. Okay. So, I'm going to close the other project because I want to show you this one. Let's see if I can. Okay. It seems that you can see the project that I wanted to show you. This is actually not the last version, but it's good anyway to understand. Yeah, maybe this one it's a little better. Okay, the outline is missing. So let me check. I wanted to close extra objects. That's the world. The sky is missing, but it's okay. To the right, you can see, we are still making this illustration, so it's not still finished. As you can see, this is missing. All the furniture inside the houses is missing, and the color is not finished yet, but it's okay. The sky is missing and the light, we need to fix it a little, but you can tell what's going on here. I mean, to the right there is this old Italian look style, and to the left there is something totally different, and in the middle something strange is happening. You saw in the last picture that I show you, in this place there are people that it's old, they live in a old way, but they're trying to get the best from the future, but it's difficult. They sometimes try to steal the stuff, because they don't have the technology, they don't have the houses to have all this, great stuff from the future. So they are trying to get it. Sometimes not in the right way, in the. So that's the place. A really interesting stuff about this is that I made the 3D stuff. Then Sarah, that's pretty cool drawing, as you know, run it down. Run it down, you mean it's a little older, a little. I'll check. Run it down. Malandato, yeah. Malandato, run it down. Yeah, it's right. It's right, Superman. Because, you can see the old world and the future one. That's why you can see that it's a little run down. I learned another word. Thank you. There is something really interesting how we create this stuff. We are trying to mix 3D stuff into the illustration. As I said, I create the 3D scene. Then Sarah, that's pretty good. She draw the line on it, and she improved a lot the shapes. Then after that, I want to show you the great, and I think that she did a very great job. I want to show you the illustration that she did it. It's so cool, guys. That's Sarah work. That's Sarah work. Okay, maybe. Okay, what's wrong with this image? That's not the right way to see the picture. Actually, let's see, because this doesn't have the background, so it's looking bad, but I want to show you how it actually looks. So I go back to the scene. I want to show you the great job that she did it. That's very cool. And one thing that I learned from this scene is that I can take a lot from Sarah, because Sarah, it has a great way to do shapes. She's really good, doing really soft shapes, really soft edges. I'm not, I studied architecture, so I'm really, I do everything really straight and square. I used to make everything really flat, and she's helping a lot improving my shapes, even in the 3D stuff, because she has a great hand. We say hand, hand. It's right to say hand. Let me check. Mano. Mano. hands?
Hands.
Hands. Okay. She's really good drawing shapes. That's what I wanted to say. So I wanna show you what she did. Let me check. Okay. I'm putting a background so that you can see better what she did. Let me put a background in the image. Okay. Okay, I did it. So I put the image in the desktop. Image. Okay. PNG. Okay. Now I want to show you what she did. She did a really cool thing. Okay. What? Again? What's going on? Ah, okay. I was wrong. That's not the right picture. That's the right picture. Okay. I think that this piece is cool. You know? She did this. After I saw this, hey Zoram, sorry, I didn't have the chat in front of me. Yeah, the old technology usually is better made and with higher quality, so the house on the right could just maybe withstand a collapse. Okay. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes I had a really old TV in my in my father's house. It's still working. It's a black and white TV. I bought a screen 10 years ago, about 10 years ago. It's not working now, you know. That TV had, I think that the TV has probably 50, 60 years. It's pretty old. And that screen just, you know, it's not new, but, you know. So you're right, sometimes they did a better job in the past creating technology. So that's what she did. You see the shapes, the lines, you know, they are not straight. That's what I'm learning from her. She's really good doing this. If you can see, you know, every line, you know, sometimes they're a little more straight, but the most, I used to say, I like to say they are a little more organic. I did the, you know, the study in architecture, so I was used to paint and to create 3D stuff always too straight. So I got a lot of inspired from her, and that's how I create this. She did that piece after I did the first and simple model, 3D model. Then I change the shapes of the 3D model, and so if you see, there aren't so many straight lines, you know. It's very curvy. I don't know it's right to say, you know. And if you notice, if you see, for example, a Disney movie, Pixar movie, a 3D stuff, they used to do it. That's why everything looks so organic, so cool, you know, because you don't see anything too straight. And then that's a really good advice that I'm not a master, so I don't want to give advice to people. But if I want to find something that's very important that I learned in the last years, is it's very important, don't do straight, you know, sometimes you have to. For example, if you are doing maybe sci-fi stuff, it can be useful to use straight and more, you know, less organic stuff. That's nothing bad in that. But sometimes if you want to give a lot of, you know, you want to make a little more interesting stuff, more interesting shapes, it's better if you try to break that fucking straight lines. Now I hate them. That's why I want to change the first project that I show you, because that's just a, you know, an exercise, nothing more. It's cool how I put the stuff in the scene, but it's so, you know, rigid. It's so, there's nothing so interesting. That's what I learned. Often comics books and Disney movies has this. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was saying. It's a trick, you know, but it's very interesting. And Sarah helped me a lot with this, because she's really good, you know. She took inspired from Disney, from anime, from a lot of stuff that it's very organic. And as I said, I came from the architecture stuff that's pretty, you know, clean, very, very, you know, straight. Everything is so straight and perfect. So, you know, look at these stairs. The stairs, for example. Look at the vases, actually. Look at the stairs. There's nothing straight here. Even it's all even exaggerate. You know, we are not trying to do a realistic stuff. You know, it would be pretty dangerous to have such kind of stairs, probably. You know, but it's okay. You know, for an illustration, for a piece like this that have to be a little Disney feeling. It has a Disney feeling. It's cool to do this. It's right, you know. Every shape matters. That's the truth. That's very, 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 very right. Every shape, every line I discovered that makes the difference. I would like to show you the difference between this version. It's not the last that I did actually, but you know, I wanted to show you the early one, earliest maybe, an older version of this project, so that you can tell the difference between straight lines, architecture stuff, and great 3D stuff. I mean, it's not great, I know, and I don't want to be arrogant, but it's pretty better than what I did before, in the beginning, I mean. I want to show you the difference. It takes a few seconds to load. It's a pretty heavy project, probably. I was trying to, you know, create the first concept. A circle can be in the same picture with a square. Oh, let's see. Pretty heavy. So let me see. What's that stuff? That's something. A bigger city that it's here. Just okay. I think that's one of the first concept that I did for this illustration. As I said, it's so straight, you know. I like the left side. I worked there a little more. To the right, I was just trying to imagine how the, you know, the composition. I don't know if it's right to say composition. The composition that I wanted to make. Even the color palette. You know, it's not a project that I did, you know, to be perfect. I just wanted to find the right composition and the color palette, the you know, movements. But as you see, it's so rigid. There's nothing cool. Maybe the only thing that I like is the, you know, to the left, the light that's bouncing on the buildings, on the skylines. That's the only thing that I really like from this early project. But it's so boring, you know. There's nothing so good, because, you know, every line is so straight, so nothing so interesting, nothing that's really tells everything, you know. And there is also a guitar here that I did. Actually, that's a little secret that there's here. But maybe the texture is there's no texture. Something goes wrong, but it's okay. Yeah, you can see, you know, it's so boring. Then after the setup, drawing, everything changed, you know. Now it has flow, you know. Now the scene, it's, you know, it has, you know, the world has a life, has story, you know, walls, you know, the heaviness. I don't know how to say that. The roof probably it's heavy, so it's bending, you know. It bent in the center, you know. That's, you know, that's the difference. It's difficult to explain for me, but I think that you can tell the difference from the first version and the second. That's why I want to improve that scene that I show you here. That's the scene that I did. I did this just to learn a few techniques. For example, instead of creating holes in the wall, I was using the a technique that's called in English, let me think, guys, booleans. Maybe, I don't know if you know what it means. It's a, for example, if you take a shape, a simple shape like this, you know, and another one, for example, if I want to create a square hole in this one, I just use this to create the hole in this way. And this is cool, you know, because you can also move the object that I'm using to create the hole, and that's a cool technique, you know. I was trying to make windows in this way, but then I don't remember, I saw a good time lapse maybe from, I don't know, it probably was Polygon Runway, that probably a lot of you knows, if there's somebody that makes 3D stuff. He's a really great guy. I took inspired from him a lot. It's not my style, but this piece took a lot from him. I really, the most thing that I love from him, obviously, I really love the low poly 3D style. So he's very good doing that stuff. But one thing that I love is, you know, the workflow that he does. You know, it's very simple. As I said in the beginning of the stream, he try always to make the simple object first, the big shapes first, then if he needs to put a little more details, he does, you know. Hey, but welcome back. That's it. So I wanted to change this. I was saying, sorry guys, that I found another technique. Instead of creating holes, I just put a window like this. There's no holes here. It's just an illusion, you know. Sometimes, you know, the easiest tricks are the greatest, you know. I just put a window. It seems, you know, it's a fake window actually, you know. Look at this one. There is a window here, but it probably, you know, I could also take that whole, cioè riempire, come si dice riempire? Let's see, guys, sorry. Riempire, to feel. I could fill that wall. There's nothing important in that wall. It's probably a hole that I did earlier. But the technique that I'm using is just put a fake window, then I put the light here. I can even improve, you know. I can do it a little more lighter, is right to say so? No, I don't think so, but hope that you can understand. Anyway, so I put a light and a fake window, and that's it. I don't need to break the shape, because, you know, if I want, I can move my window, you know. That's it. Another thing that I'm trying to improve is how I use that simple and most famous modifier in Blender, the subdivision modifier. For those that probably never use Blender, that doesn't know anything about Blender, so that's the key. Oh, I missed a lot of stuff. Sorry, guys. It's sterile, yeah. Compared to what you first showed, yeah, that's the truth, because I did it, as I said, just to learn, to improve a little technique, a few techniques, and you can tell the difference. I'm happy about it, you know, because that one, the other one is, you know, a real project that we are working on. That's just a training. I don't know, it's right to say. It still works, and it is a Italy draft. I don't know how to read Italy draft, and a genesis of what you have now. Yeah, that's right. I'm back. That's the key to make stuff. Always start with simple shapes, and you refine them by adding details. So it's not a window. Yeah. Inspiration. It's a light. Where's the fridge to store the cheese? Patrizia, can you direct the light? What does it mean, direct? Oh, I can change the direction, you mean? I don't see the fridge. Yeah, you're right. There's not fridge here. Yeah, I should put here. There's no space. So should you eat in this place? No. I think that you can even avoid to eat. No, I'm joking. Yeah, it, you know, probably yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I could try. I could create another room, or maybe I could, you know, I could maybe how to say? Let me check. Ingrandire, dire. No. Enlarge. Enlarge, expand the floor a little to be able to put the fridge. It could be a good idea. Or maybe I could change a little the furniture. I don't know. It's not very important because I did this just to learn some techniques, as I said. This is a too big TV for a small place. Yeah. I know a friend that has a really small house, but it has a 48 inches TV. But you're right. It's not a really smart people, but maybe it just loves sitting all the day watching TV. That's why it has such a big TV on the living room. But, you know, this scenes, you know, doesn't tell anything about him. You can't tell that he loves watching TV all the day. If I wanted to, you know, to show that the guy who lives here loves to stay there, I would probably put more stuff, you know, beside and near to the sofa, because I think that if you stay there, you are living there, so maybe there is something to eat, there's something to drink, there's maybe stuff around, just, you know, a little messy, you know. And not Messi, the Lionel Messi, the soccer player, but Messi is, oh, what a joke. So You're right. You know, there's nothing that tells us that he loves stay there. That's the problem. Lionel Messi. Yeah, I was saying Lionel, but I don't just don't care. You know, nothing important. So it's pretty warm in this room. I don't know, guys. Let give me 20 seconds. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, now it's better, guys. It's not the best t-shirt that I have, but I was burning. So, guys, I wanted to, as I said, for those that missed it, I did this scene just to learn, to not to learn, to improve some techniques that I'm using. But it's not bad, so I could improve it. And you guys, you helped me a lot with good advice. For example, you know, there is no fridge, so how can the person live in this place? You know, everybody needs to eat, so the fridge is so important, the most thing important. How is it possible? And then I think if the TV is so important, I have to make a little clear the fact that he loves to stay in front of the TV. There's nothing that tell us that person, because the sofa is pretty, you know, pretty new. It seems that nobody ever use it. That's another problem, I think. Superman said, transporter, would there be more light there? Maybe the shadow of the couch is taking over. It's because you have a 1070 Ti. If only you add the 1050 Ti, it would less hot. Sorry, my reading was bad, but I got it. Anyway, so I should improve this scene. I mean, I want to, sorry, to set my keyboard because it's too far and I'm full of messy stuff. And okay, maybe I can work now. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any other suggestion after you saw the other piece? That's pretty simple, a little empty. Not so much interesting stuff in there. Should put a lot of different things around to improve it a little. It's very empty. I think that I could actually put a smaller TV, and maybe I can find the space to put the fridge there. That's a good idea, but so let me reduce. It's pretty big, still big, the TV, so let's see. Let me see. What if I okay. Books are flying. I'm going to, maybe we need a little some music. Let me check if I can find some music. I don't think that you can hear the music, right? It's a bit loud. Thank you. Thank you, but what about now? It's a little boring, this music. Let me change. I want something a little more sci-fi, maybe. I make music, and I always think I should create a long beat that I can use during the streamings. But actually today is my first streaming, so I was not so prepared. And thank you guys for your help, because today I'm not very I'm a little tired, so I'm a little slow, and it's even more difficult. So let's try to. There's not enough space here to put the fridge, actually, because it's pretty small, this room. Actually, that's the problem. I could improve it a little. I don't like so much. It's pretty. No, maybe it's not too small. Yeah, you're right, but I can't stop playing Elden Ring. That's the problem. That game is like a drug. The furniture that is surrounding the TV is big. The size of the TV is okay now. Yeah, do you think that's big? Maybe that's the wrong furniture. Maybe I could find something better. What if I just delete it like this? Let's try to put the TV to the right a little. There's no more space to walk here. Oh my god. Everything is okay. There's no more space to walk there. But it's okay. Maybe I can expand the room later. So let's put a fridge here. Let's see what we can do. Okay. A big or a small fridge? I don't know. Maybe an older, a vintage one could be better. You have to make compromise. You're right. Tabletop fridge so you can work above it. A smag fridge. Let me see what's smag fridge. Smag. Yeah. Let me check if I can find an old fridge to take inspiring from. Oh my god, that's too old. Yeah, maybe it's cool to have a very old Italian fridge. My grandma fridge. Because nobody, I think that let me check how to say. He expects.
He expects.
Yeah, expects. That I put an Italian old fridge there. So we need to improve the style of this place. So maybe an very old fridge would be cool. I wish we could talk on Discord. You will like it. I don't know. Maybe. During this creation stream. Yeah. I've never used Discord before, just a few times with Sarah, so I'm not used to it. I'm a little boomer, but I need to get used to it. Could be good. Ah, that's cool. Let me see if I can find. I love the Fallout style. I don't know if you know Fallout, probably so. Everybody knows Fallout, the game, I mean. It has a really good 50s style. Oh my god, I found a lot of fridge that reminds me Silent Hill style, very dirty one. Oh my gosh, that's Silent Hill fridge. too old and too dirty. I don't want to be so, oh my gosh. I want a old fridge, but let me see if I can find something interesting here. Too old or not enough. That's very ugly one. That's a very bad one. It's very old. Oh my god. I don't know if I wanna show you this because it's similar to my grandmother one actually. So old, very old. My gosh. Let me see. It's difficult to find a good one because I would like to have a fridge that looks old but also interesting, but sometimes the oldest are a little too simple. So I wanted to find just one to take. Let me see. Nothing. Yeah, I'm a boomer. There are so many stuff that I like that I don't have, the mindset to spend. It's crazy that I'm, doing Twitch, but just because I can do one of the things that I love during the streamings. Otherwise it would be impossible that, I'm using Twitch because, I can create, I can do the stuff that I really love. That's why I'm gonna do even music during the next streamings. I can find a great fridge, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm gonna create without I couldn't find any good one, so let me try to create a fridge using my fantasy, because I couldn't find a good one actually. So never put the fridge attached to the wall, because it's bad and dangerous, So can I maybe I can cut this in this way, then do this. Okay. Let's put a bevel modifier. Maybe it's not. The right thing. Or maybe so. Maybe yes. Let's see. Okay. What the fuck am I doing? Okay. Let's change it. Okay. What I should do? No, maybe it's better if I separate the two parts, because yeah, it's better. Do it a little smaller, like this maybe. Maybe even smaller. Let me check. Let me create a few materials. Let's see. Yeah, I like it that the furniture have a lot of different styles, you know, like in the old houses, you know, everything doesn't fit very well. You know, I mean, the fridge is totally different between the rest of the furniture, that kind of that look. Yeah, so don't forget to put 4 feet to the fridge. Okay, so let's see. Material, frigo, metallic, a little metallic maybe. So that's this really bad stuff here. We should fix it. Okay, maybe if I change, yep. Okay. I link the material, so it's not bad. Then we can let's see. A little strange because okay, that's the right way. Let's change this material. Maybe we already have some metal. I always try to don't use too many materials, but I always fail. I always create thousands of materials. Metal 001. That means that I probably already create a metal material. Metal 001. Let's try. Oh, that's transparent. So that's right. The metal elevate. Oh, metal one. Metal. Okay. Let's see how it works. Maybe it's a little too small. I don't want to create a realistic fridge, but you know, just I want to create some shapes that are readable from the distance, so even if not so realistic, I prefer that they maybe are a little bigger. Yeah, second handle because it actually has to, how to say, let me check how to say, compartments, two compartments, the freezer maybe on the top and the fridge. Then maybe I can change the material here to make it readable. Let's see. I can delete those ones. Faces, okay. What do you think, guys? It's not bad. Small fridge. Books that fly, they are flying now. And what kind of furniture would you put there? So, beautiful fridge. Now move it close to the kitchen table. That's hard. Where should I put it? Close to the kitchen table. I could put it here, but we're not able to see it more because from behind there's nothing, there's no any detail. You can move the fridge to the left a little. You mean here? Yeah, you're right. I can. You're right, I can even more like this. So that I can put the TV maybe this sofa could be smaller. What do you think? Maybe it's too big. Maybe we should think. Yeah, maybe it's better. What do you think, guys? Italian leather sofa. So, one thing I was thinking of is, and I know I'm picky now, but the space between the first and the second floor is the space between them the one or you're going for? Ah, okay, you mean this space? Is this an Italian leather sofa? If not, delete it and make a new one. This time Italian leather sofa. You know, it's just a simple sofa. I didn't, as I said, I didn't do any great detail, but it could be, you know, I can improve it to be a little more Italian, but you know, you can find sofa like this in Italy, but there are no so many details. About Superman, you asked me if that's the, you know, if I wanna change this altezza, let's see, height. No, the floor. The place between them. The first and the second floor. The space between them. I can understand which space you mean between them. I thought this one, but you mean this? Because you said the floor. Oh, you mean this floor? The second floor? This? When this one? This floor? Let's see if I can find an Italian sofa. That's pretty old. Yeah, maybe it's cool to have a really old sofa, maybe with some old, maybe a little broken. What do you think, guys? Yes, because the plumbing. Yeah, I did it because I pressed Ctrl and S and I did it. But thank you to remind me to save. Where the bathroom? Ah, okay. Okay. You're right, but I was thinking. I saw when I was studying architecture, I saw an architecture called Renzo Piano. You probably, maybe you heard about him. That create a house that has a really light floor that you can move, you can change, and they used to put the pipes on the wall. That's why I put the VC. How do you me see. Toilet attached to the wall, and I should have actually I should be probably maybe add a few pipes even here in the shower to explain a little better how it could work, this stuff, because you're right, that's pretty small floor. That's not a normal floor, but you can tell actually from the image. It's not easy to tell, so that's a good advice. I'm gonna improve it. Thank you, Superman. Where the bathroom is, the pipes away from the bathroom toilet would not fit. Yeah, I mean, this fucking shit. Where to shit inside? Where to... how to say? Water. Let's see how you call water. You say water? No, it's impossible that you say water. This stuff. How do you call this stuff? Water closed. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my, like my face is so stressed. So I was saying, I wanted to change even the wall to make it a little sci-fi, because it's too simple, too classic. Bottom one floor is perfect. Yeah, you know, usually the floor, maybe you know, is, I mean, in Italy we used to make it 30 centimeters. But as I said, I wanted to do a little different. I took the idea from the Renzo Piano architecture, and they used to put the pipes outside on the wall, not inside the floor. In that way they could change, you know, the plan. I don't know if the blueprint of the house during, you know, even after the house was finished, how to say, you could change the you know, the plan of the house. That's pretty. I'm sorry, should never have mentioned it. Why? No, you gave me a really good idea, because I would like to create some pipes, because I already wanted to, you know, I want to create to do a little more sci-fi, and the pipes can be a really good idea. I mean, it's not very understandable. You can tell, you know, it seems only you know, a wrong floor. So I can improve how to I must, you know, be it's difficult to say. Maybe it's better if I put a few pipes in a way that you can tell that I do it on purpose, because it's not clear. That's the truth. That's why you were thinking maybe the floor is not right, because it's strange, you know. It's not really clear. You can understand what the material, there's nothing very clear in that, so it's okay. It's okay, you're right. So but before we do the floor, I was just thinking about the living room furniture. Maybe we can do something, because those books that are flying are not so good, I think. So I should fix it first. What do you think, guys? Do you have any idea to make it better? The sofa too, it was a great idea. I was looking, sorry guys, I was actually looking for an Italian old sofa. That's what I was doing earlier. That's very old. I'm looking at a few images. Old one. Maybe I should do it a little more rounded. How to say? Maybe it's too flat. It's a little boring. Let me change it a little. Oh shit. Okay. Maybe like this. It's a little better. And then maybe it's too high. It's better, maybe. Hope so. And probably there would be 3 or 2 oh my god, how pillows. Yeah. So fix this edge a little. Suggestion: the TV should not be too close to the fridge because of it exhausting emitting from the Mac. I like your stream, Patricia. Really cool. Oh, come on. I appreciate, but I'm so slow. I really appreciate that you are here, guys. You're really nice. I really appreciate. You're so cool. Sarah always told me about you guys. I knew that you were so cool and nice, and I really enjoy your company. I don't know what to say. Compagnia. Companyship. Company. Yeah. You got it probably. But you know, I need to learn a little because my English is so slow, little slow. Yeah, Zorro company. What project is this for? You know, it's just a I create this, I think the last 4 weeks ago, and I was trying to improve a few techniques that I learned. As I said, it's not something really you know, yeah, I just did for learn a few techniques that I was trying, but today I thought maybe it was not so bad, so I can change it, improving to use for the project that me and Sarah are creating together. I show earlier a few projects that we are working on, and I'm thinking that maybe it could be an example, a good example to use it for that purpose. That's it. Yeah, that's true, you know. Hey, Sarah.
Hello. Hello.
I'm slow, really. My brain, I'm very tired. That's it. That's why I'm feeling very tired. Yeah, I think now it's a little better, you know. But I want to fix this stuff here. I move a little the TV, so that is not going to have any issues being too close to the fridge. How can I say slow means careful? No, I'm not careful. My brain is very. Maybe the next stream you will see how I actually work. I'm really, you know, focus on it. I'm not stressful. I'm not stressed, but I'm a little, you know. This is my first, so I'm tired. There are a lot of stuff that, but no problem. Let's work. That's the only thing important. This look much better than my apartment. Okay. Then please take a power nap. I'm going to make a coffee. But now it's time to lunch, to have lunch, because Sarah came back from gym and she deserve a good lunch. So maybe in a few minutes I'm going to leave, and maybe I can restart later after I finish a draw, because I have to finish a draw first. So maybe I'll come back tomorrow for the next 3D stuff. Sarah is hungry. Pizza. She needs pizza, probably. So, guys, give me some ideas for a furniture to put here. I want to put something because it's a little empty, and I'm too tired to think of a good solution now. But maybe you can give me some good advice, as you already did. Bookcase. Yeah, bookcase. Let me check if I found something good to put there. It's not a bad idea. Yeah. Leggo adesso. So, a bookcase. I put up a big bookcase, a really big furniture early, but it was, too big. There were no enough space to put the fridge, so I changed it. And let me see if I can find something interesting. Italian bookcase. Old. I want something vintage. No, that's too much. Too vintage. Not so vintage. In future, all books are in. Yeah, you're right. That's a good thought, but probably there will be people that love old books, paper books, to smell the smell of old book. Maybe, I don't know. It's like today we have Spotify, but there is a lot of people that really love vinyl. I don't know how to say vinyl, yeah, vinyl music. So maybe. Otherwise, I don't know what to put there actually. It's not a bad idea to put maybe a small furniture. Let me see. Let me try. Okay. do in a better way. There's no need to do this complicated workflow. Sometimes, you know, easier is the simple. Maybe, yeah, I can do in a better way this stuff. I can use this, just delete the other parts. Yeah, then I can do this. So what? Okay. Then I duplicate it. No, without moving. Okay, I can duplicate it. Then I put this one here. Then I just move it there. But before I do, I should first change the, so let me try again. The origin, that's pretty important. The origin of the object. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I can think. What kind of style could have this? Small object, maybe like this. Let's see. Really old Italian object. Yeah, now it's time for lunch because Sarah needs to be nutrita, come si dice? Nutrita. Yeah, she needs to eat, that's it. So, I still love having books. If I read with the eye. This has been a wonderful stream. Hope to maybe see you and Meluna later, perhaps. Surely. Take care. Bye, bro. Bye, Superman. We'll see tonight if you are coming to play with us Elden Ring. And Patrizia forgot about eating. Oh no, here remember. Enjoy your meal. See you later, my friend. See ya. I'm going to eat as well. So thank you for being here, guys. That was my first streaming, and I was so tired, really tired. Even if Superman don't believe my, don't trust me, didn't trust me. I'm so tired because, you can tell from my, my shirt. I'm so just, nothing. I didn't decide to stream today. I just decided. Yeah, I can't speak. You can tell that I'm so tired, but I'm going to have the lunch, guys. And thank you for being here. And see you tonight with Elden Ring.